The Kansas City Chiefs have once again captured the attention of the football world with a development that few could have predicted. Headlines across major sports outlets erupted with reports that a groundbreaking decision has shaken the foundation of the team. Fans, analysts, and rivals alike were left speechless, scrambling to make sense of what had unfolded. In a league defined by strategy, resilience, and relentless competition, sudden turns often leave even the most seasoned insiders unprepared. This particular revelation has not only disrupted expectations for the Chiefs' upcoming season, but has also raised pressing questions about the future direction of the entire organization. The Chiefs have built their legacy on bold moves, innovative coaching, and extraordinary talent. But this moment feels different. It is not merely another headline in the constant churn of NFL news. It is a genuine pivot point that could redefine what is possible for Kansas City. The stage is set for a deeper look into the forces driving this unexpected twist in the story. The foundation of the surprise lies in a decision that cuts directly to the core of the team's strategy. Behind every announcement in the NFL, there is a long chain of negotiations, considerations, and calculated risks. This particular move, however, seems to carry an air of urgency. Insiders report that leadership within the organization debated extensively before finalizing the choice. Was it driven by financial constraints, roster dynamics, or the pursuit of long-term dominance? The Chiefs have long thrived by balancing immediate performance with sustainable growth, but this moment suggests a recalibration of priorities. One cannot ignore the timing, arriving when the AFC is more competitive than ever. Rivals are strengthening while expectations for Kansas City remain sky-high. Such a decision suggests the franchise is aiming not just to respond to current challenges, but to anticipate those looming on the horizon. For many observers, it raises the fundamental question: what is Kansas City willing to sacrifice today to secure a stronger tomorrow? The answer may reshape the entire narrative surrounding the team's season. No major development in Kansas City can be understood without examining the leadership that has guided the team to its modern success. At the center is head coach Andy Reid, whose strategic mind has consistently elevated the franchise. Alongside him, the front office, led by Brett Veach, has built a reputation for shrewd decisions that often defy conventional wisdom, yet deliver remarkable results. Their combined vision has been a cornerstone of the Chiefs' dominance, blending experience, risk-taking, and trust in player development. However, even the most respected leaders face moments of profound challenge. This latest decision demonstrates the immense pressure they navigate while balancing fan expectations, player relationships, and the unforgiving reality of the NFL salary cap. Leadership in football is never static. It evolves with each season's demands. The question now centers on whether this particular move reflects continuity with past strategies or signals a new, more daring approach. Leadership defines legacy, and this decision will inevitably become a defining chapter in Reid and Veach's enduring tenure with the Chiefs. Beyond headlines and press conferences, the heart of any team lies within its locker room. This decision, like all major organizational moves, reverberates most deeply among the players who dedicate their lives to the game. Every roster adjustment affects chemistry, morale, and the sense of collective purpose. For the Chiefs, whose locker room has been built on trust, resilience, and the leadership of star figures, the news introduces both uncertainty and opportunity. Veterans may see it as a challenge to step into greater roles, while younger players might recognize a chance to prove themselves in ways they had not anticipated. The emotional response cannot be underestimated. Unity is both a strength and a fragile construct. How the team absorbs this change could determine whether it sparks renewed motivation or unintended divisions. The Chiefs' success has always depended on more than raw talent. It has thrived on cohesion, shared belief, and a culture of accountability. Whether this move strengthens or tests that culture remains the critical question now. The Kansas City Chiefs are not just a football team. They are a cultural force with one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL. Arrowhead Stadium has long been synonymous with thunderous support, creating an atmosphere that intimidates opponents and inspires players. When news of the decision broke, fans reacted with a mixture of shock, concern, and cautious optimism. Social media platforms lit up with debates, theories, and emotional responses, highlighting just how deeply this team is woven into the lives of its supporters. For some, the move feels like a gamble that jeopardizes short-term dominance. For others, it signals bold foresight, evidence that the organization is willing to take risks in pursuit of sustained greatness. Fan sentiment matters more than many acknowledge, influencing both team morale and the broader perception of the franchise. The Chiefs' bond with their fans has always been built on transparency and trust. The ultimate test now is whether this decision strengthens that bond or risks unsettling it. In the unforgiving landscape of the AFC, no decision occurs in isolation. Every strategic move must be measured against the backdrop of rival teams vying for supremacy. The Chiefs' latest surprise carries implications far beyond Kansas City. Rivals such as the Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, and Baltimore Ravens have been closely monitoring, eager to identify any shift in the balance of power. Each organization understands that even the smallest vulnerability in Kansas City could become a pathway to seize advantage. The Chiefs' dominance over recent years has set a high bar, and competitors are relentlessly preparing to dethrone them. This decision, whether viewed as bold innovation or risky gamble, inevitably shapes how rivals approach their strategies. Analysts argue that the AFC may now feel more open than it has in seasons past, fueling renewed confidence among challengers. The NFL thrives on rivalry, and every move reverberates across the conference. Kansas City's choice, therefore, is not just about internal strategy, but about reshaping external competition. As soon as the news surfaced, the media cycle erupted with speculation, analysis, and heated debate. Sports networks devoted entire segments to dissecting the implications, while columnists rushed to publish interpretations of the decision's meaning. Some framed it as a bold masterstroke, a calculated risk designed to extend Kansas City's dynasty. Others criticized it as reckless, suggesting the Chiefs may have jeopardized stability in pursuit of uncertain rewards. Media narratives matter because they shape how the public perceives the team's trajectory. Headlines influence fan sentiment, rival confidence, and even locker room morale. For the Chiefs, navigating this storm requires resilience. Players and coaches must insulate themselves from noise while still acknowledging the broader context. The media's hunger for drama amplifies every detail, transforming organizational strategy into national conversation. Whether Kansas City is vindicated or criticized will depend on results, but for now, the media storm ensures that the Chiefs remain at the epicenter of the NFL's most compelling storyline. Beyond the gridiron, football is an intricate business where every decision carries financial ramifications. The Chiefs' latest move cannot be understood without acknowledging its economic dimension. Salary caps, contract structures, and long-term budgeting all influence the choices made at the executive level. Kansas City has built its recent dynasty by investing heavily in key talent, most notably at quarterback, while surrounding stars with complementary players who fit both performance and budgetary needs. This new decision appears to reflect a recalibration of those priorities, with resources potentially redirected to secure flexibility for future seasons. Business strategy in the NFL demands balancing risk against reward, immediate performance against sustainable competitiveness. For the Chiefs, the challenge lies in ensuring that financial prudence does not compromise the on-field excellence fans have come to expect. Success in professional football requires mastery of both athletic and economic dimensions, and the Chiefs' willingness to adapt demonstrates an organization intent on thriving in every aspect of the modern game. As the dust settles, attention inevitably shifts to the path forward. The Chiefs now face the formidable task of proving that this decision will strengthen rather than weaken their pursuit of greatness. Every upcoming game will serve as a test, not only of talent, but of cohesion, adaptability, and belief. Rivals will watch closely for signs of vulnerability, while fans will measure progress against their expectations for another championship run. For the players, the challenge is to harness this moment as fuel, transforming uncertainty into determination. The road ahead is filled with opportunities for growth and for redemption should early setbacks arise. The true measure of the Chiefs' boldness will be revealed not in speculation, but in performance. Seasons in the NFL are long, unpredictable, and unforgiving. Kansas City must now navigate this landscape with renewed focus, trusting that the decision which shocked the football world will ultimately secure their place at the pinnacle of the sport. In the history of every great franchise, there are moments that define eras. For the Kansas City Chiefs, this decision stands as one of those pivotal turning points. It embodies the essence of professional football: risk, resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Whether history remembers it as a stroke of genius or a costly miscalculation, it has already cemented its place in the narrative of the NFL. The Chiefs have proven time and again that adversity does not weaken their resolve but sharpens it. This development is another opportunity to reaffirm that identity. Beyond the immediate season, its true legacy will lie in how it shapes the culture of the team, influences rivalries, and inspires future generations. The Chiefs are not simply reacting to circumstances, they are charting a course into uncharted territory. This is more than a headline. It is a defining moment for Kansas City, one that will echo through the league for years to come.